Are you sure that you are the one in charge? Just think about it. There's your cat or your dog. It looks at you with those eyes, and that's it. You're ready to do anything. You think you love it of your own free will, but what if you don't? What if this is a perfectly designed manipulation that's thousands of years old? A plan where you aren't the king, but the service staff with a 5-star rating. Sounds crazy? Okay. Let's just play a game of what if. Every morning, 7 a.m., it's not your alarm that wakes you up. It's a poke with a wet nose or a persistent meow right in your ear. And you get up, not because you're rested, but because His Majesty desires breakfast. You just followed an order, and that is just the beginning of the day, the first step down a slippery slope that leads to a shocking truth. And now for their super weapon. Big eyes, a tiny nose, that cute clumsiness. Why do we find it so touching? It's not magic. It's pure biology. The phenomenon is called neoteny. Simply put, it's the eternal baby syndrome. Scientists like Nobel laureate Konrad Lorenz proved that these features hack our brains. They activate the same program as the sight of a human baby. Boom! And the care and protect mode in your head switches on. They're not just cute, they are hackers of our instincts. And the cat's purr? Did you know its frequency is between 25 and 150 hertz? There are studies showing that vibrations at these frequencies reduce stress and can even help heal fractures. Is your cat healing you? Or is it just injecting you with a dose of natural sedative to make you nicer and not forget about that second serving of food? And a dog's tail? It doesn't just wag with joy, it's a classic training technique. Good boy, human, you brought the food. Keep up the good work. You feel like the best owner on the planet, but in reality, you're just a student who got praised by their trainer. By the way, about training, are you so proud that you taught your dog to sit? Now be honest, who's training whom? The dog sits by the door and looks at you meaningfully. A second later, you're already looking for the leash. It just gave you the command, time for a walk, and you followed it. Or the cat sits by its empty bowl and just stares without blinking. That hypnotic gaze. 5 minutes later, you give in and hear the satisfying crunch of kibble. Congratulations, you're a straight-A student in its school of obedience. These aren't habits. This is a system. They create rituals that control your day. And what if you decide to rebel? Plan B gets activated. A pitiful whine at the door while you're trying to sleep, a demonstratively shredded roll of toilet paper, or, well, a surprise in your shoes. It's not revenge, it's a penalty for breach of contract. They make it clear, either play by my rules or your life will turn into chaos, and we obey for the sake of peace in the house. And now for the most important part, domestication. We, humans, are so proud of this story. 15,000 years ago, we tamed wild wolves, we gave them shelter and food, blah, blah, blah. But what if it was the other way around? Imagine the ancient world. There's a wolf, not the strongest, not the luckiest hunter, but clever. It sees strange two-legged creatures. They always have a fire, and it smells like food. It doesn't attack. It does what the others don't. It comes closer and wags its tail, shows submission, and it gets a bone. Just like that. No fight, no risk. It comes back the next day, and again. It wasn't us who chose the most obedient ones. It was the smartest and most cunning wolves who chose the most soft-hearted humans. They hacked the system. They turned us into their personal home delivery restaurant. We think we got a friend and a protector in return. But they got everything else: food, warmth, safety, veterinary care. This is the greatest deal in the history of the planet. They traded the illusion of love for a very real, comfortable world. So, the next time your dog rests its head on your lap and your cat starts its vibrating mantra, just stop for a second and ask yourself, which of the two of us just got exactly what they wanted?